Ever since its debut, the Evil Dead series has been a cornerstone of horror cinema, a true classic in the hearts of horror fans. From the original trilogy's blend of slapstick and gore to the 2013 reboot's pure, unadulterated terror, each entry brought something new to the table. But in 2023, the franchise took a bold leap, moving the demonic chaos from a secluded cabin in the woods to a high-rise apartment in the heart of Los Angeles. This is Evil Dead Rise, a film that redefined the series and unleashed a new wave of fear. So, how did this movie manage to both honor its roots and terrify a whole new generation? Let's dive deep into the blood-soaked floors of that LA apartment building and uncover the secrets behind its success. This isn't just another sequel. It's a terrifying reinvention. The story kicks off by introducing us to two estranged sisters, Beth and Ellie. Ellie is a single mom struggling to raise her three kids, Danny, Bridget, and Cassie, in a condemned apartment building. Beth, a guitar technician, shows up unannounced, seeking solace after discovering she's pregnant. The family reunion is already tense, but things are about to get infinitely worse. A perfectly timed earthquake rips a hole in the parking garage, revealing a hidden bank vault from the early 20th century. Curiosity gets the better of teen son Danny, who ventures inside and discovers a collection of strange artifacts, including 3 vinyl records and a very peculiar skin-bound book. If you're a fan of the series, you know exactly what this is. It's the Necronomicon, one of the 3 volumes of the Book of the Dead, also known as the Necronomicon. Of course, Danny can't resist playing the records. As the scratchy audio fills the room, an old priest's voice recites the book's demonic incantations, awakening something ancient and malevolent that was better left undisturbed. And just like that, the signature Evil Dead chaos is unleashed. An unseen force rushes through the building, targeting Ellie in the elevator. The possession scene is brutal and terrifying, a grotesque ballet of contorting limbs and snapping cables that ends with Ellie's soul being ripped away. She returns, but she's not Ellie anymore. She's a Deadite, a cruel, taunting monster wearing her mother's face. This is where Evil Dead Rise truly shines. The claustrophobia of the apartment setting is a masterstroke. Unlike the isolated cabin, here the horror is right next door. The family is trapped on their floor, with the stairs destroyed and the elevator a death trap. Their home, once a sanctuary, becomes a slaughterhouse. The entity uses Ellie to psychologically torture her own children, her sweet maternal voice twisting into sadistic threats and vile nursery rhymes. One of the most chilling moments is when she pleads to be let in, her voice cracking with fake emotion, only to reveal her demonic intent through the peephole. It's pure psychological warfare. The film wastes no time escalating the carnage. The possessed Ellie attacks her family with kitchen utensils, turning everyday objects into instruments of terror. The cheese grater scene alone is enough to make anyone cringe for a week. It's practical, visceral horror that feels painfully real. The violence is relentless, and no one is safe. The neighbors who come to investigate are quickly pulled into the nightmare, becoming part of the demon's growing army of Deadites. Unlike previous protagonists, Beth isn't a wisecracking hero with a boomstick, at least not at first. She's just an ordinary person thrown into an extraordinary nightmare. She's terrified, unprepared, and forced to become a protector. Her primary goal isn't just to survive, but to save her nephew and nieces from their own possessed mother. This dynamic adds a powerful emotional core to the film. How do you fight something that looks like the person you love? How do you explain to a child that their mommy is gone? The movie cleverly weaves in callbacks to the original films. We see the iconic demonic point-of-view shots, hear familiar taunts like Dead by Dawn, and of course, there's the glorious return of the chainsaw. When Beth finally picks up that chainsaw, it's not a moment of cheesy triumph. It's a moment of desperate, grim necessity. She has to become a monster to fight the monsters, and the film doesn't shy away from showing the toll it takes on her. The practical effects are a true highlight. The makeup and prosthetics used to create the Deadites are disgustingly brilliant. Their movements are unnatural and jerky. Their smiles are wide and sinister, and their bodies are twisted into impossible shapes. The gore is over the top in classic Evil Dead fashion, with gallons of fake blood being sprayed, splattered, and spewed in every direction. In fact, the filmmakers reportedly used over 6,500 liters of it. But the horror isn't just physical. The sound design is a character in itself. The whispers, the demonic chanting, the sickening squelches, and the distorted voice of the Deadites create an atmosphere of constant dread. You feel like the evil is always there, lurking just out of sight, seeping through the very walls of the building. As the film hurtles towards its climax, the individual Deadites merge into a grotesque, multi-limbed creature known as the Marauder. It's a writhing mass of flesh and limbs, a nightmarish final boss straight out of a horror lover's dream. The final confrontation takes place in the blood-soaked parking garage, with Beth, wielding a chainsaw, making a last stand to protect Cassie. The battle is epic, messy, and ends with the creature being forced into an industrial wood chipper. The resulting explosion of blood and guts is one of the most ridiculously gory scenes in modern horror history, a perfect tribute to the franchise's legacy of excess. But even as Beth and Cassie escape into the dawn, the film leaves us with a chilling final stinger. We see another resident of the building, who was away during the massacre, returning home. She unknowingly steps into the bloody aftermath and becomes the next victim of the evil entity. The final shot shows her, now a Deadite, flying out towards a familiar location, a cabin by a lake. The curse isn't over. It has just been set loose upon the world. Evil Dead Rise isn't just a story contained within one building. It's the origin of a new plague, suggesting the horror is far from over. Evil Dead Rise succeeded because it understood the core of what makes this series great. Relentless pacing, claustrophobic terror, jaw-dropping practical effects, and a perfect balance of dread and dark, twisted humor. It respected the past while carving out its own identity. By moving the setting and focusing on a family in peril, it made the horror feel more personal and immediate than ever before. It proved that you don't need a cabin in the woods to be dead by dawn. Sometimes, the deadliest evil is right at home. What did you think of Evil Dead Rise? Did it live up to the legacy? Let me know your favorite gruesome moments down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you love deep dives into all things horror, make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you next time.